March 3rd, 2026. This is not just another date on the calendar for you, Taurus. There are moments in life when the energy shifts so quietly that only the most grounded souls can feel it, and you are one of them. You may have noticed it in subtle ways. A strange calm before a decision, a silence where there used to be tension, a sense that something unfinished is finally preparing to close. Stay patient, because what is moving toward you is not random. It is the result of every lesson you have endured over the past months. Taurus, you are not a sign that collapses under pressure. You absorb it, you study it, you outlast it. But even strength needs reassurance sometimes, especially when change does not arrive on your timeline. March 3rd carries an energy of quiet realignment. Not explosive, not chaotic, but undeniable. Something you have been waiting for is no longer forming in the distance. It is crossing the threshold. And here is what makes this moment powerful. You are not being asked to chase anything. You are being asked to trust the preparation that has already taken place within you. Because powerful change does not knock loudly on your door. It builds beneath the surface, like roots strengthening before the tree rises higher. And if lately you have felt suspended between what was and what is coming, if you have sensed that an old version of you is fading, but the new chapter has not fully revealed itself, that is not stagnation, that is transition. March 3rd, 2026 is not about forcing outcomes. It is about recognizing that the shift is already underway. The question is not whether change is coming. The question is whether you can stay steady long enough to receive it. And before we go any further, I want you to pause for just a second. Have you felt this quiet buildup in your life recently? If this resonates with you, comment below. I'm ready, because acknowledging the shift is the first step in aligning with it. Now let's uncover what this powerful change truly means for you. Part 1. The illusion of delay. What feels like delay is often protection. Taurus, you are not unfamiliar with waiting. You have waited for love to mature. You have waited for opportunities to become stable. You have waited for people to prove themselves through action, not words. But lately the waiting has felt different, heavier, as if something important is just out of reach. And that is where most people misunderstand what is happening in your life right now. Because March 3rd, 2026 is not about postponement. It is about positioning. There is a difference. Postponement happens when something is denied. Positioning happens when something is being arranged. And your life right now is being arranged, not randomly, intentionally. You may not see the full picture yet, but beneath the surface, structures are shifting. Old expectations are dissolving. Old attachments are weakening. Old fears are losing authority over you. And that can feel uncomfortable, especially for someone like you, Taurus. You prefer stability. You prefer clarity. You prefer knowing exactly where you stand. But powerful change rarely announces itself clearly in advance. It begins as tension, a quiet awareness that what once felt secure no longer feels aligned. You might have noticed you are less willing to tolerate what drains you, less interested in forcing conversations, less attached to proving your worth. That is not indifference, that is evolution. And evolution requires patience, not passive patience, but grounded patience. The kind that says, I will not rush what is meant to grow. The energy surrounding you now is not chaotic, it is strategic. You are being guided to hold your ground while something rearranges behind the scenes. In love, in career, in self-perception. Something that once felt immovable is softening, and something that once felt uncertain is solidifying. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. There is a reason you have felt slower lately, a reason your momentum has not felt explosive. It is because this change is not meant to be dramatic. It is meant to be sustainable. And sustainability is your language. You don't build quickly, you build permanently. That is why when your life shifts, it does not shift temporarily. It shifts structurally, and structural change takes time. If you have felt tested recently, it is not because you are being punished. It is because you are being strengthened for a version of yourself that requires more capacity, more clarity, more discernment, more emotional steadiness. And you have been developing all three, quietly, without applause, without recognition, but powerfully. Life lesson. True patience is not waiting for something to happen. It is trusting that what is meant for you is being constructed even when you cannot see it. If this period of slow transformation has challenged you, but also strengthened you, comment below. I trust the process. Because the moment you shift from frustration to trust, everything changes. And now, let's talk about what is transforming inside you before it transforms around you. Main Part 2. The inner shift before the outer change. Before your life changes, you change. That is something most people do not understand about you, Taurus. They think transformation happens when circumstances shift. But for you, transformation happens internally first, silently, privately, and completely. March 3rd, 2026 carries a subtle but undeniable vibration. It is not loud. It is not chaotic. It is not dramatic. It is internal recalibration. You may not have made any grand announcements. You may not have posted any bold declarations. You may not have told anyone that something inside you has shifted, but it has. You are thinking differently. You are responding differently. You are detaching from what once triggered you. And that is the real sign of growth. Not external success, not applause, not validation, but emotional steadiness where there used to be reaction. This is the phase most people quit, because internal transformation is uncomfortable. It forces you to confront patterns you once defended, beliefs you once justified, attachments you once insisted were necessary. And lately you have been questioning everything, not out of insecurity, but out of clarity. You are no longer willing to invest your energy where it is not reciprocated. You are no longer willing to chase explanations. You are no longer willing to carry emotional weight that does not belong to you. And that shift changes everything, because when you change internally, your standards rise, your boundaries strengthen, your tolerance lowers, and suddenly opportunities that once felt unreachable begin moving toward you. Not because the universe randomly decided to reward you, but because you are now aligned with what you once only wished for. This is the hidden power of patience. While you thought nothing was happening, you were becoming someone new, more self-aware, more selective, more intentional. You are no longer desperate for outcomes. You are prepared for them. And that difference is massive, because desperation attracts instability. Preparation attracts permanence. You have been preparing, even in silence, even when you doubted yourself, even when you wondered if you were stuck. You were not stuck, you were refining. There is a reason you have felt more introspective lately, more observant, more cautious with your energy. It is because something inside you knows the next chapter requires a stronger version of you, not louder, stronger, calmer, clearer. And this version of you does not beg. It chooses. This is the internal shift before the external change, and it is already happening. Life lesson. Real transformation begins the moment you stop trying to change your life and start changing yourself. If you feel that you have matured emotionally over the past months, even if no one else noticed, comment below. I've changed, because growth does not always announce itself. Sometimes it whispers, and what is whispering inside you right now is preparing to become visible. Now let's explore how this internal shift begins to affect your love life and emotional world. Main Part 3. Love is being rearranged. Change does not always begin in your career. Sometimes it begins in your heart. Taurus, you are not casual when it comes to love. You do not fall lightly. You do not attach easily. And you do not give your loyalty to just anyone. When you love, you build. You imagine the long term. You invest emotionally. You protect what you care about. And that is why emotional shifts affect you deeply. Lately, something has been adjusting in your love life. Not necessarily dramatically, but subtly. If you are in a relationship, you may have noticed one of two things. Either the bond is deepening in a calmer, more mature way, or you are beginning to see what no longer aligns. There is less illusion now, less romantic fantasy, more clarity. And clarity can feel uncomfortable, because once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. If you are single, something else is happening. Your standards are rising. You are no longer interested in temporary excitement. You are no longer drawn to inconsistency. You are beginning to crave emotional safety more than emotional intensity. That is growth. And that growth rearranges love. March 3rd, 2026 carries an energy of emotional realignment. This is not about forcing someone to return. This is not about chasing closure. This is about recognizing who is emotionally available and who is not. Someone may be thinking about you right now, strongly. But here is the key difference compared to the past. You are no longer waiting for someone to choose you. You are evaluating whether they are worthy of being chosen by you. That shift is powerful because Taurus does not withdraw love easily. But once you do it completely. You have learned something over the past year. You have learned that loyalty without reciprocity becomes self-betrayal, and you are no longer willing to betray yourself. That is the change moving toward you. It is not just a person. It is a new standard, a new emotional threshold. If someone returns to your life now, they will meet a different version of you. Calmer, stronger, less reactive, more grounded. If someone new approaches you now, they will feel your stability immediately because you are no longer searching for love to complete you. You are ready for love to complement you, and that difference shifts everything. There may also be a conversation approaching, a necessary one, a clarifying one, not dramatic, not explosive, but defining, the kind of conversation that determines whether something grows or gracefully ends. And you will handle it differently than before, not from fear, not from insecurity, but from quiet certainty. That is maturity. That is preparation. That is why patience has been required, because emotional readiness cannot be rushed. Life lesson. Love becomes stable the moment you value your peace more than your attachment. If this resonates with where you are emotionally right now, comment below. I choose peace, because when you choose peace, you attract alignment. And as your emotional world stabilizes, something else begins shifting as well. Your financial path. Let's talk about that next. Main part 4. Financial turning point. Patience does not only test your heart, it tests your resources. Taurus stability matters to you more than most people understand. You do not just want money. You want security. You want to know that what you build will last, that what you earn will grow, that what you invest your time into will sustain you. And lately something has been shifting in how you approach your financial life. You are thinking more strategically, less impulsively. You are observing patterns, where your energy goes, where your effort leaks, where your time is undervalued. March 3rd, 2026 brings a quiet but powerful financial realignment. Not necessarily a lottery moment, not overnight wealth, but structural improvement. You may receive news soon, an opportunity, an adjustment, a delayed response finally arriving. Something that once felt blocked begins to open. But here is the deeper truth. The change is not just external income, it is internal confidence. You are beginning to see your own value more clearly. You are less willing to accept underpayment, less willing to tolerate being overlooked, less willing to stay in situations that restrict your growth. And that shift creates magnetism, because when you stop negotiating against yourself, the world negotiates differently with you. There may also be an expansion approaching, a project, a collaboration, a new direction you once hesitated to pursue. Previously, you may have doubted whether it was the right time. Now the energy feels different, more grounded, more calculated, more ready. This is not reckless ambition. This is prepared ambition. You are not chasing money. You are positioning yourself for it. And that distinction matters, because you are not meant to hustle endlessly. You are meant to build steadily. The change on its way is connected to this. You are entering a phase where your consistency begins paying off. Delayed rewards, recognition, stability, increasing rather than fluctuating. But it requires one thing from you: confidence without arrogance, belief without desperation. If fear has been whispering to you recently, telling you to stay small, to avoid risk, to hold back, recognize it for what it is. Old conditioning. You are not who you were financially 1 year ago. You are more aware, more disciplined, more strategic, and the universe responds to that maturity. This is not random luck. This is accumulated readiness. Life lesson. Wealth grows when you stop working only for survival and start building with vision. If you feel that your relationship with money has matured over the past year, comment below, I'm building smarter. Because building smarter is exactly what positions you for lasting change. And as your external world begins stabilizing, there is one final layer of this transformation we need to address: your relationship with solitude and power. Let's go there next. Main Part 5. The quiet power of solitude. Not all growth is visible. Some of the most powerful transformations happen in silence. Taurus, lately, you may have felt a stronger pull towards solitude. Not loneliness, not isolation, but intentional distance. You may have said no more often, declined invitations, chosen quiet nights over crowded rooms, and perhaps a small part of you wondered, am I withdrawing? No, you are recalibrating. There is a difference. Solitude for you is not shelter, not escape. It is restoration. You process life slowly. You digest emotions deeply. You integrate lessons thoroughly. And when something significant is shifting in your world, you instinctively step back to stabilize yourself. March 3rd, 2026 amplifies this need for internal grounding. Because powerful change requires a centered foundation. You cannot step into something bigger while scattered. You cannot receive something stronger while emotionally unbalanced. And you, Taurus, understand balance instinctively. This period of quiet is not a pause in your life. It is preparation. While others rush to announce their plans, you are strengthening yours. While others seek validation, you are building certainty. While others panic in silence, you find clarity in it. This is maturity. You are becoming more selective with your energy, more intentional with your words, more protective of your peace. And here is the truth most people overlook. Peace is a form of power, especially for someone who once tolerated chaos for the sake of connection. You are no longer available for chaos, not in love, not in work, not in friendships. You have learned that constant noise weakens your intuition, and intuition is your compass right now. If you have felt more introspective recently, more reflective, more distant from drama, that is not emotional coldness. That is emotional evolution. You are strengthening your internal stability so that when change arrives, you meet it calmly, not reactively. This solitude is refining you. You are observing your patterns, your desires, your boundaries. You are recognizing where you overgave, where you overextended, where you undervalued yourself. And instead of blaming others, you are adjusting yourself. That is power. Because change does not begin with controlling the world. It begins with mastering your responses, and you are mastering yours. Life lesson. Solitude is not a retreat from life. It is where you regain the strength to shape it. If you have felt the need to step back and protect your energy recently, comment below, I'm choosing peace. Because protecting your peace is not selfish. It is strategic. And now, Taurus, we arrive at the turning point. The change you've been patiently waiting for. Let's step into that final shift. Main Part 6. The powerful change already moving toward you. You have been patient, not perfectly, not without frustration, but consistently. And that consistency is about to matter, Taurus. The change coming toward you is not sudden. It is earned. Every boundary you set, every impulse you controlled, every time you chose dignity over reaction. Those moments were not small. They were shaping momentum. March 3rd, 2026 marks a subtle but decisive turning point. You may not wake up to fireworks. You may not receive dramatic announcements, but you will notice something shift, a conversation that feels different, an opportunity that feels aligned, a weight that feels lighter. This is not coincidence. This is accumulation reaching critical mass. You have been refining your standards, stabilizing your emotions, re-evaluating your goals, and now the external world begins responding. A door may open quietly, someone may approach you differently, an answer you have been waiting on may finally arrive. But here is the deeper truth. The most powerful change is not what happens to you, it is how you receive it. Because in the past, you may have doubted your readiness. You may have questioned whether you were strong enough, stable enough, worthy enough. That doubt is dissolving. You are no longer chasing outcomes. You are prepared for them. And when preparation meets timing, momentum becomes unstoppable. This change may not look dramatic from the outside. But internally, it will feel clear, like finally standing on solid ground after months of uncertainty, like recognizing that something old has officially ended, like sensing that a new chapter is not hypothetical anymore. It is here. You may also experience what feels like a release, a sudden detachment from something you once clung to, a surprising calm about something that used to trigger anxiety. That is confirmation, because when the universe moves something towards you, it simultaneously removes what cannot follow you forward. We're not losing, you are transitioning. And transitions require steadiness, which is why patience was necessary. If everything had happened months ago, you would have responded differently, more emotionally, more defensively, more urgently. Now you respond with composure, with discernment, with quiet authority. That is growth. And growth changes your outcomes. The powerful change on its way may show up in one of three forms: clarity, opportunity, or release, and all three are progress. Do not measure this shift by speed. Measure it by stability, because stable change lasts, and you are entering a chapter built to last. Life lesson. When you prepare yourself fully, the right change no longer feels overwhelming. It feels natural. If you sense that something is already moving in your life, even subtly, comment below it's unfolding, because recognizing the shift is part of receiving it. And now, Taurus, let's bring this journey together. Closing. Stay patient, because it's already happening. Taurus, if you've made it this far, it's because something inside you recognizes the truth of this moment. Patience has not been your weakness. It has been your discipline. You were not being delayed. You were being developed. March 3rd, 2026 is not the beginning of your change. It is the confirmation of it. The confirmation that what you have been building internally is now ready to be reflected externally. You have outgrown certain fears. You have outgrown certain patterns. You have outgrown the need to rush what was never meant to be temporary. And that is why this next shift will feel different, calmer, cleaner, more aligned. Not chaotic, not unstable, but steady. The kind of change that integrates into your life rather than disrupts it. You have learned something powerful over this waiting period. You have learned that control is not the same as power. True power is emotional regulation. True power is selective investment. True power is knowing when to act and when to hold still. And you held still when it mattered. Now movement begins, maybe subtly, maybe quietly, but undeniably, you will notice it in the way people treat you, in the way opportunities approach you, in the way you respond to situations that once would have shaken you. That is the difference. You are no longer reacting to life. You are directing it. Stay patient, Taurus, not because nothing is happening, but because what is happening is designed to last. The change on its way is not here to test you. It is here to meet you at the level you have grown into. And that level is higher than you realize. If this message resonated with you today, comment below and share what you feel is shifting in your life right now. Your awareness matters. And if you are ready to continue stepping into this new chapter with clarity and strength, make sure you stay connected, because this is not just a prediction. It is a transformation in motion, and you are right on time.